I have a huge problem. I am nearing 1500 days in my Minecraft survival world, and I am still eating chicken. We've had some good times together, me and my chickens. We built our mountain village, a crazy storage system, and some really awesome farms. But it's time we upgraded to the ultimate food, golden carrots. And we are going to build 7 automatic farms to accomplish this mission. But easy, you don't need 7 automatic farms for— Shut up, that's not nearly as cool. However, I was going to find out that golden carrots might not even be the best food. With all the farms we were going to build, I did some calculations, and we were going to generate a ton of items. Seriously, I'm a mechanical engineer. I think I know math. So, we need to consider storage. I'm tired of using these clunky, chest-based storage systems that either take up a lot of space or fill up really fast. So, we're going to store most of our items in shulker boxes. So, cue the end rating montage. Nope, this is 2023, people. We are going to build a shulker farm. I found this great one-dimension design by Ending Credits, and it utilizes scaffolding, which makes building it super easy. And since it can function in one dimension, we do not have to worry about transporting shulkers, which is certainly a win-win situation. But first, to get all the scaffolding required for the farm, I needed about 19 stacks of bamboo. So like any engineer, I built a massive, record-breaking— I did build this tiny contraption though, which did get me all the bamboo I needed in about no time at all. I already had all our other materials, so I headed out to the end. I found a fresh end city relatively close to our end gateway, and I began building the farm. The farm itself was super easy to build as predicted, and it had minimal redstone, which was definitely appreciated when I'm working in a literal hellscape. The only difficult part was getting a shulker into the farm. Seriously, shulker boards are so annoying. But with the help of some rails, the shulker was placed into the farm, and within minutes, it seemed to be working great. At this point, it was 2 AM, I was tired, and I had to be up in 5 hours, so I decided just to AFK it overnight. It was now morning, so I checked the results, and I was quite pleased. We now have infinite shulker boxes for all of our farms. I also have another use in mind for these shulker boxes. You see, I'll be placing 1 piece of TNT for every subscriber I get for the rest of 2023. We've only gotten 143 subscribers so far, but since I know all of you will subscribe, we are definitely going to need all of these shulker boxes to transport TNT to the secret location. Now, on to the next farm. One of the most important resources for automatic farming is iron. It's used for a ton of stuff. So, our second farm will be an iron farm. Now, I know, we already have an iron farm, but to be honest, it produces like 200 iron an hour, and that is just not gonna cut it. So I went to the drawing board, and with some help from Nico was lost, I created a much faster farm that produces 1600 ingots per hour, since it utilizes more villagers as well as the nether. Since the farm needs access to the nether, that means we need a lot of obsidian. I don't know about you guys, but I for one love mining obsidian. I think it's probably my favorite pastime. And after some quick crafting and smelting, I had all the other materials and was ready to go. The first step was to tear down the first iron farm. I wanted to build a new one in the same place so I could reuse the villagers in the zombie. Sadly, the zombie did not cooperate, so he was let go. After that, I built all the villager and zombie pods. And then it was time to transport the easiest Minecraft mob to work with, the villager. Yeah, sarcasm is definitely implied. However, I was actually pleasantly surprised of how smoothly they went. This may be partially to the fact that I promised them a tropical vacation. Instead, I locked them in prison for the rest of their lives. The zombies were also quite easy, and now all that was left to do was build the rest of the farm. The portal portals are spaced perfectly apart, so any iron golem that spawns is instantly teleported to the nether. Speaking of the nether, we had to prep the collection area as well. We built a glass container around this portal, placed hoppers to collect the drops, and finally placed some lava to kill the golems. Back on the overworld side, all that was left was to build a hopper clock to periodically scare the villagers. And with that, the farm was finally working. The iron golems were being instantly teleported to the nether, and it seems like the nether side was working well too, as you can see. After a quick AFK session, we got nearly a double chest of iron, and I think I'd call that a success. We are one step closer to our golden carrot feast, but first, we have a few more farms to build. With that, I have to ask, do you know what resource might be more important than iron? Redstone, and thankfully, these beautiful ladies drop it upon death. So, it's time to build a witch farm. In the past, I've used Ilmango's shifting floors design, which is definitely great, but after designing my own iron farm with the help of Nico Was Lost, I wanted to try design my own witch farm as well. So, I got to work and I eventually landed on this design that utilizes slime block sweepers. It's a lot easier to build than Ilmango's, and the rates even nearly match that of the shifting floors design, though I will say it is just a tad bit lower. However, before I could farm redstone, I needed to mine redstone. I also had to gather a few other materials as well. I then headed over to a witch hut. The first step to building the farm was preparing the area. I began by placing the obsidian layers of the farm, then I dug out a larger area so that the farm could fit. It was now time to build the farm. Honestly, this one was quite easy to build compared to other witch farm designs I've used in the past. All that was left after was to spawn proof the surrounding area with some torches and enjoy unlimited redstone.
Bruh. Not bad at all.
And finally, it was time to build the last three farms: carrot, potato, and beetroot. I needed these crops so I could trade with villagers to get emeralds, and then trade emeralds to get golden carrots. We were so close to having the best food in Minecraft. I started off with a potato farm, as I already had lots of potatoes to supply the farm, thanks to our little starter farm. I chose to use iCraftMC's designs, as it's one of the more compact ones in the market. The farm itself was super easy to build. The hardest part though was definitely getting the villagers into place, you know, as it always is if we work for villagers. These farms work by allowing the farmers in the 4 quadrants to harvest the crops, and then they throw the crops to a central villager where hopper minecarts pick it up. Following the potato farm, it was time to build the carrot farm. I started to build the farm, and I checked to see how many carrots I had. So, I had to multiply my carrots, and I actually just used the same dispensers that we used in the bamboo earlier. I then also realized, of course, I didn't have any beetroots, so I went to get some of those too, and eventually, I found some beetroots in a surrounding village. And now, it was time to finish up the crop farms. And once they were done, yeah, you knew I had to decorate them. And after an overnight AFK session, I think it's safe to say we have enough crops. And with that, I finally could trade to get the legendary golden carrot. I can now finally enjoy my favorite food. And I always watch YouTube while I eat, so I hopped on and was searching for a video when I came across this.
Normal gameplay, but that is not important. My opinion, steak or pork chop is actually better.
Il Mango he broke my heart. I had just built 6 farms, and it was all for the second best food in Minecraft. I knew I needed the remedy to this situation, and that's why I built the 7th farm of this video, a hoglin farm, so I can have the true best food in all of Minecraft. I've built hoglin farms before, one time in under a half hour from the start of a new world. Shameless plug, I know, and they're actually really quite simple. All you need are some blue shrooms and a few building blocks, which that's a recipe for a good time in real life too. Essentially, the farm works because the hoglins are scared by the mushrooms, and that causes them to run into the lava. With that, all that was left to do is to check the rates.
I AFK'd for a couple hours. And I just realized I forgot the lava.
A quick fix, and the farm is actually working now, and it produces a ton of pork chops. While I may not have needed all of those farms to get the best food in Minecraft, I am glad I made that mistake now. I've realized that Minecraft isn't about eating the best food, or building the best city, or even building the best farm. It's about the journey and having fun along the way. And I gotta say, I definitely did today. With the moral of the story learned, I think I'm gonna go eat a pork chop. That thing looks pretty tasty, doesn't it? Thanks guys, I'll see you later.